And we're here at the Royal Lymington Yacht Club on the second day of the 2014 Dragon Edinburgh Cup. And Stav, who do you have with you?
Right, today it was the second race, as you said. I've got Mark Dicker on my left and Simon Barter on my right. They're both involved in some great racing at the front of the fleet today. As you know, I was with Teddy and we went back on the start because there was an individual recall and we were one of the boats stuck out the front. So just to be sure, we thought we'd better go back, and 3 other boats I think went back, and 1 boat was consequently disqualified, and he didn't go back, so we're pleased we did. Now, Simon is helming Bertie, which I believe you bought from Laurie Smith.
That's right.
And you've been in the class now 2 years?
This is my 2nd season, that's right.
Excellent. Yeah. Now, Simon got to the Windward Mark first. Now, can I ask you how you managed that, Simon, please?
Well, we decided we wanted the pin end of the line, so we went off the line left, probably 2nd boat off the pin, and just kept going out and got into a band of wind, I think, that was on the left-hand side, which allowed us just to keep the speed up.
Right. And where were Laurie and the Baileys at that stage?
Okay, Laurie pulled off ahead of us, but then flipped into the middle of the course, and the Baileys were slightly on our right-hand side, so we were the furthest left up.
Okay, so they played a little bit more conservative.
That's it.
You pushed a bit further.
That's it.
And how do you think that? Do you think you gained by tide or wind out that side?
I think it was pressure, and there was a little bit of a left shift, and I think if you're on the inside of it, then that helped.
Excellent. And you rounded the top mark first.
That's right.
Very, very. How did that feel?
Oh, very good too. In our 2nd season to get to the front of the Dragon fleet, at least fleetingly for a few minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm an Edinburgh Cup race too.
Indeed.
I mean, this is the championship. Now, Mark, you came. You're sailing Rackham, which is, as we all, well, some of us know, as a Spheretex boat, which was originally owned by Rob Gray, which you became the proud owner of last year or the year before?
Last summer.
Yeah, and Rob kindly...
nice gift.
Nice gift, yeah, well, and you deserve it. You're sailing with your sister.
Yeah, family boat.
You've got 4 on, haven't you?
Yeah, 4 up.
Now, when did you come into the game? Because you weren't there in the beginning, were you?
In Dragons?
No, in the race today, sorry.
We were the pin end boat, so probably led out at the start, and then we played a conservative game and took the hitch right. And
at the same time as Laurie, more or less?
Yes, I think we tacked before Laurie, and we wanted to think that there was less tide to the right of the course, so wanted to hit right, but still aware that left shift came down and we had to get further left.
Sure.
And so it's a bit of a struggle to the furthest left you went, the more gains you made.
I think because we were an hour later today with the tide, that the tide wasn't quite so important maybe on the first beat. As you said, the wind probably was.
I think so.
Now, Simon, you've been in the class 2 years.
Yep.
What were you sailing before that?
Before that, we sailed a sonar. This is the family boat.
Okay.
I still sail with my children here. So that was a move that we made because the sonar fleet was dying. We loved one design racing and wanted to get into a competitive fleet, but also, as important, particularly my boys who are in their 20s will say, it's the partying that counts.
Yeah.
So to have a fleet that sails hard, races hard and parties hard was a key attribute of the Dragon fleet.
That's it. Now you're talking, and that's the reason for coming in. Is it? It's a good reason. Now tell me, you went to Deauville last week.
That's right. Yep.
It was our first Corinthian only championship. Unfortunately, I mean, we got 24, 25 boats.
Yeah, we did. We had 24.
And what do you think of it? Do you think it was a great idea?
I think it was a great atmosphere. The club did a superb job of hosting the visitors from various countries, and I think there was a feeling that it was another element to the Dragon mix.
Yeah.
And I think it's one that should be supported.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to strike a balance because we have, as we all know, a lot of professionals in the game now, which raises the standard all round. But we don't want to forget about the Corinthian sailors, and that's why we also have Corinthian prize within this championship, and we have a Corinthian prize within all the championships. But we thought this year we would try this Corinthian trophy. Next year I've been asked by a lot of Germans if we can have it more their way.
Yeah.
So in Germany, would you support that?
I think so. Yeah, I think it'd be good to go out there.
Great.
To represent, make sure there's enough representation from different countries.
Yeah, great. Well, the idea is that we shifted around like we do Europeans and the world and things, and that people, countries would apply to host it. The only reason we had it in Deauville this year was because when the idea was mounted this last year, we said, well, there's nowhere to fit it into the programme.
Yep.
And we went down the list, and I said, well, we've got to pick somewhere that is already staging an event that doesn't necessarily have too many pros in it.
Yeah.
And Eric Le Bon was first to put his hand up, and Deauville was an excellent choice. So Mark, you then pulled into the game, and you got, when did you get into third place?
We got into, well, I guess we were fourth round top mark, got up to second for a short period, and then we were trying to stay away from Laurie and from the Baileys, who obviously were racing for 1-2.
Yeah.
And that's sort of where the championship lies at the moment.
Yeah,
so
sure.
we were trying to push them by pushing the corners a bit harder, and we pushed a bit further right, and they carried on going left, and left still had its moments, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, very well done on getting your third.
Yeah.
And as Mark just said, it was the Baileys versus Laurie Smith today. Laurie just managed to get the upper hand, so they now lie 1 and 2 between them. You obviously saw this cat fight going on.
Indeed, yeah. Very interesting, very different sailing styles, but it's very good to watch the two of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as we know, they're both top helms and top teams, and at the moment they're first and second overall. Lots more racing to go, 4 more races. We will keep you posted. Tomorrow looks like being a little bit lighter winds, and also change in direction. So I think that will make a big difference with the tide and everything, and everybody will start having to make a new game plan. So well done yourself.
Thank you.
Well done, Mark, and we'll keep you updated tomorrow.